Morning, Joe and the Pro. I'm the Prez, Tony Finn with us. You are watching our NBA show now. I mean, we call it Morning Joe and the Pro. We do every sport in this segment. But given that we have a baseball show called First Pitch and a hockey show called Puck Time, there's really only one other sport to talk about, and it's the NBA. Tony, how are you, my friend?
Good morning. I was on an 8-0 baseball run. It failed me. I failed last night. I failed everyone. So let's start again today. I know you have a big hockey play today, so I'm rooting for you. And here in Vegas, we're in mourning a little bit because of the ridiculous major that was a simple 2-minute cross check last night and resulted in 4 goals.
So you think that penalty, which was a terrible call, cost the Vegas Knights the series?
Well, there's 10 minutes to go in the game. They're up 3-0. San Jose showed absolutely no spark whatsoever, had done nothing, and they scored 4 goals in 3 minutes with the 5-1-4. Now that's it. Vegas had their chance to fend off that power play, that 5-minute major, but once you get something like that rolling, it's tough to stop that snowball, and they couldn't.
Well, listen,
Yeah.
I think that the call was terrible. It was a complete overreaction by the referees. The referee came out today and said it was a cross check to the head. It was not. It was to the chest. But here's the bottom line, Tony. Vegas lost that game, and they lost it themselves. I think you would have to go very deep into the annals of history to find a team scoring 4 goals on a 5-minute power play. I would wager that it's never happened before ever. A power play on average is a success about 26% of the time, and that's in a 2-minute environment. So if you have an 8-minute power play, you should score 2 goals. They had a 5-minute power play and scored 4. That is completely and totally on the Vegas Knights. They lost that game, not the referees. Albeit the referee made a bad call, but that is no excuse. You cannot even let 3 goals in a 5-minute power play. But you're in mourning. I'm a Toronto Maple Leaf fan, so let's move on and talk NBA, shall we?
We can and we will.
Houston tonight, closeout game against Utah, -8.5. The over and under in this game, Tony, is 212.5. Utah just has not looked good in the series, and I can't believe they will win tonight. They did win their last game, 107-91. They're not going to do it again. Houston will put this series away tonight. The question is, will they cover 8.5? And is this game going to go over or under? I ask you, my friend.
Well, I couldn't agree more with anything and everything you just said. It's both of these teams. Really, Houston hasn't played very well, and up 3-1. In truth, Harden shot less than 40% from the field, but it took a big game from Mitchell, a big game from Crowder, a big game from Rubio for Utah to win a game. They don't win in Houston tonight, and we move on. It's not a game I like to touch. I hate laying nearly double digits, 8.5, like you mentioned, and you don't know what you're getting with this Utah team. So are those 3 guys going to have a big game and still lose by 2 points? Is it going to go over? I will let someone else make that decision because I'm passing on this game. Not this one, even the next one we're going to talk about too.
Oh, goody. So I bring you on and you're going to pass on both games.
Well, I mean, if you put a gun to my head, I'm going to play Houston tonight, but I'm not going to recommend to clients that they lay 9 points in this game.
Tony, Damian Lillard last night. I bet Portland -4. They won by 3.
Yep.
That was a shot of shots. What I found most impressive about that Damian Lillard shot was he had, I think, and I could be wrong, but I think he had 14 seconds to find a better shot. Yeah. Didn't even look for it. Literally just stood there and decided, I'm going to hit a 90-footer. Nothing but net. It was absurd.
Yeah, it was a 37. I'm going to call it a 38-footer, but 90-footer sounds a heck of a lot better. So it was I feel very fortunate and to get a push in that game. I quit. Let me tell you, I'm watching a hockey game. I'm watching a little bit of the hockey game, I'm watching some of my baseball game, and I look over, and they had taken a 3-point deficit to a 10-point lead almost. Portland did late in the third quarter, and then the next thing I do, I look up and they're behind again. It's just a crazy series, and I really to be a little bit. This is not something that a lot of people like to hear from their tout or their somebody they follow, but I'm not a big fan of OKC. I'm not a big fan of Westbrook. I think he's a diva beyond measure. And really, this is the third straight year that this team has failed to advance past the first round. They have no cap room. Where do you go from here with a Westbrook who's on the backside of his career and Paul George who can't seem to take over this team because Westbrook won't allow it?
Golden State tonight. Another elimination game. They beat the Clippers 113-105, then 132-105, then 135-131. That was the Clippers won that game, and the first game was 121-104. Tony, the over and under here is 233. Golden State is minus 14.5. I understand that you don't like this game. We do need to give out some thoughts here. Okay. I'm struggling. Can I expect 130 points by Golden State? Sure, but I don't even know if the Clippers can get us 100. I don't know what to do here, dude. I mean, I lean on the over.
Here's my suggestion. Here's my thoughts, my opinion, and that is this is not the same. Sure, this is the same overall, the same Warriors team that, for the most part, that's won 2 straight NBA titles. But this is not the same team. This is not the same moxie. I don't care what anybody tells me. You don't lose a 31 in game 2 and tell me that you are against a Clippers team that let's lay it on the line right now. If Golden State comes out and wins this game tonight by 30 or get a 20-point lead and hold the lead, then I will attest to their refocus because I don't think they're focused. I don't think they give a crap about this series. In fact, I don't think really Houston cared too much about the Jazz. I don't think they respect them that much. Let's do this. I'm going to give out the play tonight. I like Curry, and I like this group to refocus, to end this tonight, and let's move on to a much more exciting Houston versus Golden State matchup, which was the finals last year. In fact, you and I, we could talk about, we don't have a lot of time, I'm sure, but we could talk about really the second round of these NBA plays. That's when we're going to start giving out opinions and getting down to the gritty because Toronto, Boston, Toronto, Milwaukee, that foursome in the East and the foursome that we're going to have in the West when we're down to the Great Eight is really going to be exciting. This first round has been miserably painful, in my opinion.
He's Tony Finn. I'm the Prez. Not much to talk about on Morning Joe today. 2 NBA games, both massive favorites. Both totals are right where they should be. I lean on the over in Golden State. I got no thoughts on the Houston game. I'm laying off tonight completely. I do have a 5-unit play in hockey tonight. Tony's on an 8-1 baseball run tonight. I did tell Tony to get a promo for himself when he came on the show. As a gambling man, I would say it's minus 600. He didn't. So, Tony, did you?
The promo is you can go to WagerTalk, you can punch on my homepage, and if you purchase my play, chances are you're going to win. That's the promo.
That is beautiful. That is as good a promo as I've ever heard in my life.
From me, that's for certain.
Yeah. Tony, thanks for joining us, brother. We'll see you next week on both First Pitch and Morning Joe. You're the best.
Good luck tonight, buddy.